Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. This is the Off Ramp. I am your host, Thomas Jason Anderson. Man, just remember, guys, subscribe, share, and like. And if you have subscribed, please tell three friends. Let's get this rolling, okay? I've been sitting back a long time. I haven't been talking about it much, but I said if you look at my, X page, which is, I don't know, shadow banned, it's been shadow banned forever by Elon. I've been saying that Doge was a scam. It was a straight up scam. He had kids working in there named Big Balls, running around grabbing people's private social security information. He was trying to go into the Treasury Department records. Basically, Doge, in my opinion, was a spy operation, a corporate intelligence spy operation, where he was able to get into all of our government systems and take and scrape all of the information out. And I think he's been selling it to the highest bidder. My opinion. That's why I say this man needs to be criminally investigated. And it needs to start with these humanities grants that a judge said it was clearly discriminatory. With any chain, the weakest link is the one you go at first, because the chain itself can be super, super strong. But if one link is weak, the whole chain breaks. I think on this Doge thing, the chain breaking is on these humanity grants, because I just think Elon Musk is such a racist. He couldn't help himself. He just had to go in there and hurt women-led organizations, any organizations that were doing anything for minorities, black people. He had to go in there and hurt them just because he's that messed up inside. But it's that little door that he opened with Doge that I think will lead to what he's been doing with the information he took from our government. Because I really do believe Doge was a spy operation. And I really do believe this man was able to access records no one has ever been able to access. And he's been selling it off ever since. He's been using it to his advantage, maybe corporate blackmail, you name it. I don't put it past him because he's that disturbed. He is that disturbed. And he's been so ballsy with how he speaks about minorities and how he's been out there already hailing, doing the Hitler hail with his right hand. He's so ballsy about it. It's telling me that, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a damn criminal. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. As a matter of fact, I think someone should look back into those Tesla loans from the Department of Energy back in the day, because when he was in trouble back then, he sold off some Tesla shares to Mercedes for some cash, but he had to give them a bunch of Tesla shares. The U.S. government gave him way more money, and he exchanged those loans, those Department of Energy loans, which originated with the bailout, the TARP bailout, just so you know. He secured those loans with Tesla shares that he then bought back before he had to give the government those shares. And I'm just wondering, first of all, did he pay back the loan money with other government money? And was it all really paid back? I think someone needs to go back and look at that, because it could be that Tesla itself was founded on some fraud with those Department of Energy loans. Just saying. I've taken a look at it and it looks kind of strange. It's so strange to me that he gave away so much of the company to Mercedes-Benz for a loan, but he didn't have to give up anything to the U.S. government, even though the U.S. government and the Barack Obama administration is what created Tesla. Okay? So yeah, the U.S. judge ruled that the humanities grant terminations by Doge were unlawful and discriminatory. Of course they were. Of course they were. This guy, look at him. People even said, go back and look at how he came to the United States. He was probably an illegal here. I'm just saying. And today he was saying that he wants us to cut Social Security and Medicare. He's not even American. And he wants to cut Social Security and Medicare to tens of millions of Americans who have paid into the system their entire lives. He just wants to snatch it away while he's getting subsidy after subsidy after subsidy for his stupid batteries and his electric cars. He's getting government contract after government contract after government contract. And he has the balls to say that we need to be cutting Social Security and Medicare. Who does he think he is? I think the guy's a criminal. And I think it's time that our government stepped in and started investigating him. Start off with this DOGE stuff with the humanities grants and just go from there. Go for that weak link and just keep going and don't stop. Grab big balls by the balls and bring them into an FBI office and ask them what they were looking at when they were going into Social Security records, when they were going into the Treasury Department records. Let's see what Big Balls has to say when his balls are on the line. Let's just see. I'm curious. Now, I know he brought in a bunch of Nazis that were doing the work. So, you know, these guys were in there doing all kinds of stuff to innocent people just based on gender and race. This is what this guy is. Total fraud. So I encourage the U.S. government. I encourage the feds. Hey, guys, you guys are so quick to investigate certain people here and there. Why aren't you investigating Elon Musk, the walking fraud, the walking criminal? That's what he is. That's absolutely what he is. It's about time that we step up to the plate. You see, France today announced that they're going after him criminally for his X stuff, his X platform. He's been promoting people like Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly. He knows that their profiles, their pages on X are all backed up by foreign bot crap. And this guy runs around like he owns the world. He doesn't. He thinks money does it all. It doesn't. And he's not as smart as he claims to be. He keeps saying, oh, we're going to go to Mars. Humans are going to live on Mars. Bullshit. It's impossible to live on Mars. Mars doesn't have an atmosphere. Dummy. The soil of Mars, 100% of the soil of Mars is toxic. You can't grow anything on that planet. Nothing in that soil at all. What's he talking about? Living on Mars. It's some crap. And I have a theory about that too. I think the only reason why he wants to go to Mars is because it's so far away from Earth, he can experiment on people. My opinion. I think he wants one giant lab and he can take all kinds of crazy diseases, do all kinds of genetic experiments. And if the monsters get loose, they're loose on a planet without an atmosphere, a dead planet. So they're going to die. So it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want out there. And since there's no laws, he can do whatever he wants. I think that's how disturbed this man is. He doesn't want humans living on Mars. He wants to experiment on people. That's all you can do on that planet. It's full of radiation. It has no atmosphere. It's got nothing. It's literally a dead planet. And all he keeps talking about is he wants trillions, $500 trillion to go live on Mars. He needs to go. It's ridiculous. There's something wrong with the guy. I think this ruling today by a judge on what DOGE was doing is great. I think the feds need to jump in on him on everything he's doing. Everything he's doing. So I think the dude's a walking fraud criminal. Period. They need to get in on this man. He's causing too much trouble in the United States. He's promoting people like Tucker Carlson, a fraud. Megyn Kelly, fraud. Look at the people he promotes, all frauds. Nazis. It's ridiculous. And then he's out here using America as a platform to go in and raid other countries for their resources. He's eyeing Guyana. Look how he was on some kind of conference call with the PPP guys. He's up to no good. Okay. He's always looking to hurt minorities, women, anyone who's innocent. That's who he's after. And when he's not doing that, he's offering his sperm to his employees. He's sick. So yeah, there needs to be an investigation on this man yesterday, ASAP. DOGE, everyone involved in it needs to come to justice. We need to find out. The first one, grab Big Balls by the balls and bring him in and force him to squeal. to say all the crap they were doing. It's about that time. Stop playing games. He's a detriment to our society. He's a detriment to the world. He needs to be dealt with. It's time for justice to come. With that said, guys, thank you for joining me. I just had to run this by real quick, man. I know it's Friday night, but I'll be on during the weekend. Please subscribe, share, and like. And if you have subscribed, please tell 3 friends. Have a good night. Love you guys. I will see you later.